I'll keep it this way. What's a good word?
Oh, great. I'm Algonquin myself.
Okay.
So obviously there's an Indigenous element to today. Are you filming right now?
I'm filming me. I'm not filming
great.
you. Okay.
Listen, I want to give a shout out to one of our community elders, Bobby Young. He's 75. He drove all the way from Oka on the weekend through the nails on the highway.
I heard rumors of nails on the highway.
Yeah, that's legit. That's legit. He saw it.
By the way, this is discreet stuff, so I'm pointing the camera only at me, not to reveal my source. I don't know who my source is. Okay.
Drove all the way to Gatineau.
Yep.
And he crossed the bridge with the thousands of people from Gatineau who came here. Tous les gens de Gatineau qui sont venus, merci d'être venus. Continuez à nous appuyer. Si vous êtes à la maison, mettez vos bottes, mettez vos manteaux. Si vous êtes tout seul avec vos blondes, avec vos chums, avec votre famille, c'est familial. Ce qui se passe, c'est historique. Donc venez tous nous appuyer. On vous aime tous.
And our translation was, everyone in Gatineau, come and support us. It's a family affair. Everyone here is making history. It's a moment of history. Come and support us.
Absolutely. Now, there's people here from, I just met some people from Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, all over Quebec, all over Ontario, all over Manitoba. Big showing from Saskatchewan, all the way from BC. I met a gentleman here just the other night. He lost his business during the corona at the height. He was in Toronto at the time the convoy began to assemble. His name is Brian. He had a big orange truck, and he took all his resources that he had left, and he flew to Vancouver, where his last truck was in storage, pulled it out of storage, and he drove all the way here to be part of this. This is a historic event. This is the coming together of the country. This is not a government-funded event. This is the people coming together, nations meeting on this historic place. The people in the castle at this very moment, they're in warm rooms, they sleep in warm beds, they have their meals prepared for them.
And they have a hefty salary that they have not missed one paycheck.
Their meals are prepared for them, they eat well, their clothes is laundered, their beds are made, they have hot water, running water, hot showers. The people out here, the truckers, I've shaken their hands are calloused because they work. And they've been sleeping in their trucks the other night. It was minus 30. They're sleeping on top of a loud diesel engine outside. And the people, they can't even come outside to acknowledge them like they don't exist. And it makes me so mad. This is the country right here. And they can meet people from all over the country. They speak to Macron. And you can't even look out your front window and acknowledge the people who have delivered your Apple products and your iPhones and all your gadgets that you order online through Amazon. It's incredible. So just my message to the people is this is a coming together of the country. Be part of history. Come down. And one more thing, the people's champion can walk among the people without security, right? The people, if you're not respected, you have to hide. That's as simple as that. The people's champion can walk amongst the people because he is loved and adored and respected.
Did everyone hear that? I hope. I'm looking at the chat, and everyone heard that clearly, please, because I hope. Let me just wait for one confirmation in the chat. Yep, good, beautiful. And I'm going to keep this way, and I'm going to give you a hug.
Thank you, people.
We're both now here.
I'm not kind of. I'm not remember. I think
this is what we are. Exactly. It's terrorism in this country. You know what I mean? I think I'm a Nazi. I'm a Nazi now.
Thank you. Come back again. If you're out again, come back again. Absolutely.
No. It's that way. I'm not that crazy.
We love you, people. Come back. Thank you for all the hard work.
Thank you. All right, that was beautiful. Yep. So I'm gonna ask. Sir, I'm of the good press.
Okay.
Do you mind?
Yeah,
talking for a bit?
that's fine.
Okay. First of all, what's your name?
Nate Big Bull.
Nate Big Bull. Where are you from?
I'm from the Piikani First Nation in the Blackfoot Confederacy in southern Alberta.
Now, I want to make sure everyone can hear this perfectly. Just make sure. I'll bring it closer. From where in Alberta?
Piikani First Nation in southern Alberta, near Lethbridge area.
Why are you here?
To help spread the message to people back home about what's actually really going on here and how it affects them. In a nutshell.
All right. And how long have you been here for?
3 days now.
What do you do in life?
I work in construction. I'm actually a journeyman scaffolder. I work in Calgary. working in construction buildings, skyscrapers, and infrastructure.
Are you able to continue working now under these
Nope,
conditions?
cannot work now.
And I don't want to ask. I don't want to ask the intrusive question. That's none of my damn
But I
business.
will tell you
Yep.
that because I refuse to put this vaccine in my body, based on the recommendation of my own doctor, because I had COVID back in August and again in December, he recommended, hey, you don't need to get this shot. It's not essential to your survival, and you are going to be just fine without it. But because I refuse to do that and choose to do what I want to do with my own body, now I'm being penalized, saying you can't go on the sites. I can get hired by a company, but if I decide that I don't want to put this in my body, the sites are all making it mandatory to have the shot to come on site. Now,
To come on site. Oh, that's mine. Sorry, thank you very much. To come on site for construction, which is, thank you very much, which is, I dropped my earbuds, which is outdoors, typically. You're not allowed on-site construction if you're not vaccinated.
Absolutely.
You,
Physical, working outside in the environments, in the cold sometimes, but you got to have the shot. And I'm being penalized for that. Fortunately for me, I've seen both sides of it. See, I'm a dual citizen, so I can cross the border and go to Montana, and I can go other places in the world if I choose to and work. But this is home. Why am I forced to leave my home just because I want to have a job? But this is what we're facing in Alberta right now.
how long are you staying here for?
Well, my brother's got a family he's got to get back to, so we're going to be heading back here later today. But I'm coming back out. I'm going to bring some boys because part of the problem that we have is back home. There's so much mixed information, especially amongst Native communities, about how this is just a white supremacist Nazi group, and you hear all the adages people are using all the memes, stuff like that. Small minds, and people are starting to wake up now and see that, hey, this affects you directly too. It affects your children. It affects your family's children, your grandchildren, everybody, your brothers, your sisters. This is not just a one race thing. This affects everybody. And for the first time in the history of this country, we have one united effort. We may never get this chance again if we're not careful. If we don't take the opportunity now to speak up against this government who's trying to oppose what they decide you want to do with your life, and stop them and say, hey, I'm going to do what I want to do. It's my choice. If you want, hey, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I've had my flu shots, meningitis, you name it, tuberculosis, but I'm not a guinea pig either. And I'm not going to allow this government to say, because I choose not to, hey, would you have somebody say, hey, you got to start smoking to come on site? Or would you put heroin in your body to come on site? Who would do that? This is the same context we're using this. So why would I do that to my body? If I don't trust something, I have the right to ask questions. But because I want to ask questions, I'm being vilified for this. This is the environment we're living in. This is what this government right here is telling us we have to live by. And who wants to live like that? If you want to take the shot and you want to wear your mask in public, hey, more power to you. But don't force kids to do this. They're the ones who are really suffering in all of this thing. We don't realize this, but the psychological impact from this is going to ripple. Kids are developing at 4, 5, 6 years old, and they're going to remember these things. And if we don't teach these children now that, hey, it's okay to live your life the way you want to, then what are we going to do? Then what do you expect to happen in the future going forward?
Do you have any kids?
I don't. I have lots of nieces and nephews, but I traveled the world, and I kind of it wasn't really in my agenda.
Please, I know. I'm just asking.
But,
Now, the other question: how do you get the name Big Bull?
That's my family name, Big Bull. In Blackfoot, our name is Stomach, and that was my great grandfather was Big Bull. So at the signing of the treaty, what they did was, if the guy who signed the treaty, the documentation of the church, they just took their name, that became your surname, right? So Big Bull translated in my language, Stomach. Nate, Big Bull. That's the translation.
It's beautiful. And what was going on here? Someone said they were trying to put up teepees, which once they go up cannot be taken down.
That's my understanding. Like I'm still kind of like hearing different things about. I'm trying to get some information about that. I was headed down to the Parliament building this morning, and I met a gentleman. He's a Colombian refugee, and I'll go off on this in another time. But he started talking about hey, there's a gathering of where people are supposed to start in Confederation Park. I said, hey, I want to go see. I'm trying to see everything here. And with curiosity, we came down here. I'm more than glad I did. I'm meeting people here. I'm seeing so much support and love, not just from one race of people, but from everybody, for everybody. This is for everybody. This is not just for one group of people, one color of skin. Somebody from this part of the country, like I said, this is the first time we have a unified effort. It's the first time where we can all agree on something.
And I'm going to ask you this question: like, how do you feel when the government is basically calling you, demonizing you, and you as being someone who the government has historically not treated well in the first place, and now they're demonizing you in modern day currently for not doing what they tell you to do. How does it make you feel to be called names? And how does it make you feel when the government is out trying to tell you what to do yet again?
Well, you feel like a criminal in your own home. I mean, this is my home. This is where I'm supposed to be free to go where I want, when I want, with who I want. And the government's saying, hey, you can't go there anymore. We're going to tell you where we want you to go and how we want you to go there, what we want you to do when you get there. This is what we're doing. If you don't believe me, try go with your family. Try go to a restaurant without your mask on. Try go there without your QR code, or wherever it might be, a concert, whatever, hockey game. Now they got no fans in the stands anymore, which makes no sense to me at all because I love hockey. Go Leafs, go! But it makes you feel like a prisoner in your own home. And just because you think you're free doesn't mean you really are. That's most people. They think that they're free. They think that, well, as long as I can go to Walmart and I can go to get some gas and I can go home, then I'm free. It's not like that at all. And you've been fooled. And this government has really pulled the wool over your eyes. And I'm hoping that people are starting to wake up now. People are seeing, hey, maybe there's a few, these implications of these mandates go just beyond this COVID. This is not designed to end anytime soon. These things were put in place to be long-lasting, and they're going to have long-lasting effects. Just because it's COVID this time, what are they going to say next time? Because you don't want to put if you have AIDS and you go into a store, they can't make you put something on that says, hey, I got AIDS. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't ask somebody this. You wouldn't ask anybody their medical information. But this is what the environment we're living in right now.
Okay, watch out.
Yeah.
And final words, if you have to say anything to Trudeau or, only being here on Twitter, what do you have to say to him?
If I had to, sorry, refresh.
If you have to say anything to Twitter, if you have to say anything to Trudeau, who's not here in person but rather still on Twitter talking about it, what's your message to him? What do you have to say to him?
You do not represent the will of the people. You do not represent the voice, and you think you do, but you're going to find out soon enough that this country, you still represent the people of this country. You took an oath to do that, and your time will come, and people are starting to wake up now. You can't hide this forever. You think that because they've been able to create a little bit of division now and fear and chaos, that somehow this is going to deter people from standing up. People are waking up now, and you can't stop people. You can't stop. In social media, they said that the revolution will not be televised. I believe that it will be. And get these messages out to as many people as you can. Share it with your friends. If you don't believe it, come down here and see for yourself, people, what's really going on. Don't make assumptions. Don't assume that because somebody else told you. Do your own homework for yourself. That's all.
Thank you very, very much. It was great to meet you.
Awesome. Nice to meet you.
God bless you. Good luck, man.
God bless.
See you soon.